Willkommen Islanda. Welcome back, my friends. We are in Iceland. So we're continuing our Journeyman playthrough in VÍDIR. So things have gone pretty well for us recently. Most notably, we can see here that Tasic is finally over his homesickness. So he has stopped being unhappy, which is good because he hasn't been playing great lately. Hopefully that's going to turn things around for us. Let's see how things have gone since you've been away. And you can see they haven't been too bad. So, we won the match against Selfoss, and we said we'd be back after. Let's see, we did one after. I'm confused now. Calendar. I've already forgotten what the match was we did. February. Can we not go back? No, we need to go forward. That's why. April. Transfer window closes. So we did Grimdavik then, right? That's what we did. I know we did one right after the transfer window. So if we come back to the schedule then, whoops, just the regular one. Grimdavik. So we beat Hawker 2-0. So finally scored more than one goal in a game, which was great. And you can see Valsen got both of them. Then we went into this match, Premier Team, against Fylkir. I didn't, their coach talked a little bit of smack, so I considered running our starters and going for it. But to be honest, we were tired. It was we had, a game, on the 22nd, then a game on the 27th, then a game on the 30th. It was just too many games back to back. So essentially what I did was I went in all the people that hadn't got very many starts. I just stuck them in. Just said heck with it. I was making sure that my mic, which is right here, was not in the middle of the screen. So, because I hadn't checked, to be honest, after moving it. So yeah, we just put everybody in. They didn't get a goal until the 75th, and then they quickly followed with a 78th. But we played well. I don't think we needed to be ashamed of ourselves at all. In fact, the other coach said we did the team proud. So, despite his shit talking early. So, we followed that up with against HK, a match we should win. And we did, 2-1. They got one early in the 19th, and then we managed to come back, scored 2 goals, 43rd and 64th. We know I haven't had the best of luck on games that we don't score first on. So that was nice. And then we got our butts kicked by Vestmanna. Vestmanna? I don't know. We're going to call them IBV. How about that? That's what it says right there, IBV. You can see they got one on the 23rd, then we held on, and at the end, our concentration or determination, whatever, completely failed. And Thor Tharson managed to get 2 goals there, 84th and 85th minute, to kind of complete the route. Now, we didn't play badly. You can see Mads had a 70. There's a couple 6-3s in here, but for the most part, I wasn't too upset with that. So this brings us back to Leiknir. Now, I know we just played Leiknir Reykavik. You guys saw that match already, but you also saw the match against Sindri, and they're next. And you also saw the match against Starnan, and they're next. And I didn't want to go halfway through the season without another match. So we're just going to come back and play Reykjavik. It is what it is. So they are currently in 8th place. We are currently in, I believe, 2nd or 3rd. We've dropped to 3rd on goal differential. Despite winning 4 games, our goal differential is only 2. So we're not winning by a lot. Not huge, scoring output there. But that's fine. To be honest, we shouldn't get promoted, and I'll show you why. Not only financially are we not really ready for it after being promoted last year, but you can see here somewhere we've got a lot of new players that don't have a group. And if we were to jump up, we would have to turn the team upside down once again, and we'd continue this. We need to start getting these groups back together. There's a reason I brought in 2 players from the same country so that hopefully they can be together. And maybe in the January transfer window we can bring somebody from Croatia? Damn it, Serbia, and they hate each other. Sorry. I know those are 2 I shouldn't get mixed up, but you're 2 little tiny countries that live right next to each other. It's more like 2 neighborhoods that hate each other than 2 countries, in my opinion, which, if anybody watched this, would probably get me hate mail. Anyway, but we don't want this to get too bad. We want people to end up together. So, and oddly enough, Gunnar and Darmsgaard, who are the 2 most recent people, have actually jumped into this core social group already, which is great. Maverick and Goose haven't found a home yet, but you can see that Maverick is one of our mildly influential people. Is that what the silver is? Highly influential. The orange was the mildly. So, not too bad. Let's take a look. Does anybody like me? 16 players support me. 9 have no opinion. Nobody opposes me. I will take that all day long. This is why we dropped down a league, guys. More or less. I mean, it's not officially dropping down a league, but this is why I went to a slightly lower reputation league, so that we're not fighting this at the same time we're fighting everything else. Overview-wise, finally match cohesion's kind of average. Locker room, average. Oddly enough, it went up after the last loss, which is a little odd. This is probably because since then Tasic has said he's no longer unhappy, so that cleared, which probably brought our locker room atmosphere up a little bit. And maybe now it can go up without our most influential player moping around the place, whining about how much he misses home. Leadership support, oddly enough, is a little bit down. Don't know. Must have had we had at least one team talk that they didn't like in there. So that's that. So let's go ahead and hit continue. No real huge changes team-wise. Something pretty similar to what you're running. I am going to run Maverick with Tasic this time. We're going to let Maverick put up to the scoring spot. We've been running Valsen there. I was going to run Maverick and Valsen again, and then Tasic said he was dropping his concerns and he was happy to stay. So, like I say, 6-4-6 lately has not been good. But despite that, he's still, our prime creator, 0.84. The only one that's close to that is Jonas, but all of those chances were in those first 2 games. I think he's got 1 chance since then that he created. So he hasn't been particularly consistent. But that's okay. It is what it is. 0.84. If he's going to be happy, that's great, because he does have 4 goals, 2 assists. And he's very active in here. More so than Maverick has been. Valsen has been very active as well, which is telling a little bit. We're getting goals and we're creating some chances, but he's not as involved in the rest of the game, despite the fact that he's been more of the supporting guy and Valsen's been more of the attacking guy. Interestingly enough, we're not really seeing Valsen involved in too much of that, although we did see some great passes and assists from him. And in fact, I guess we've seen both of them, and I think they're in the same match. So that's interesting to keep an eye on. Otherwise, we have a suspension due to a yellow card. Imagine that. Thoralsson's out. Now you can see Thoralsson down there has done okay. In his 9 matches, he doesn't create any chances. He's got some key passes, some key headers. Markin is the other option that we could put in, but you can see Markin in 5 starts and 2 sub appearances, also 6.58 overall, 6.7 in the 5. But 1, 1, and 3 for passes, headers, and tackles. So Ingi, 2, 2, and 4. So he doubles those up. Still 6.57 on average, and he hasn't played great, but he actually has created some chances and is involved in some key bits. So he may be the better player for that. I don't know. Magnus has lost half a star. He was a 2-star. Now he's a 1.5 star, despite the fact that his numbers are up. I don't know. Maybe that's just the rest of the league is getting better, and so he in relationship is dropping. I'm not sure, actually. But I'm not worried about it, because he's still a 0.68 for chances per 90. Lots of key passes. It's him and Carey here, really, and Tasic. These appear to be our big passing guys. Carey here, 16 key headers and 12 key tackles. 6-7-1's not spectacular, but clearly he's doing the job. And Goose, in his just 8 matches, 9, 9, and 5, has played great, although he had just a shocker a couple games ago, but the whole team kind of did. That was actually the league loss against or the cup loss. Now, I want you to see the worst goal of all time ever. This is the biggest mistake I've ever seen a goalie do. And it was whoops, that's not what I'm looking for. And it was bad. Was it in this one? I'm pretty sure it's this one. So we're going to view match, and we're going to go to field, and we're going to look at goals, and then I think it's their second goal, and oh my gosh. It was just absolutely terrible. Let's jump up to this one right here. Okay, so Carey makes a great tackle. Cleans that one out. We think it, but here we miss it. We just let it go. Stephenson feeds it in. Mads has it. Damsgaard. Jonas. This is all okay here. I'm not sure how much we're going to have to watch this before we get up there. I might have clicked a little early. Valsen. This is okay. Sturluson feeds it up. Goes all the way up. Guthmundur comes out, gets it, but then doesn't play it. Just lets it roll back, and then falls down, but doesn't actually kick the... I don't know if he was trying to clear it out. That is the worst I've ever seen a goalie play. Oh, are they giving it to us again? There we go. One more time. He comes out perfectly. He had it, and then he doesn't, and then he just kind of falls down. Thortharsson puts that one home. And then we have this here, which wasn't spectacular again. We just leave Thortharsson alone. Comes out. Once again, there was no need to dive. All he had to do was take a step here and take away that angle. Didn't do it. Shocking goal play by our starting goalie, but he's head and shoulders above our Sindri and Sindri? Sindri's the team there. Is that also our player's name? It sounds like it is. Is it? Yes, it is. Okay. Mystery solved. We still have good support from the players. Runerson has dropped. That's fine. He hasn't played much. And we're seeing Maverick climb up because now he's the vice captain. We got some games. And with this formation, we do have, we are beginning to build more cohesion up front. The nice thing to see is that now we have it with Maverick, whereas I think this is the first game we've seen it with Maverick. So let the assistant coach do that. And we'll hit continue, and we'll see if we can get a match played against Leiknir Reykavik. Be right back. And we're back, and we're doing all the team submission stuff. So we're going to hit submit team, no changes. We're just going to run with what we have. This is going to be the first time we've used Maverick really as the primary scoring threat up here, with Tasic as the support because he is very creative. Local has played poorly recently. Yeah, I really want... Actually, I've already written the description for this video because you don't have to know how it starts, right? I'm just asking questions, and that was what I said was pile on. Somebody's leaving me comments on videos. I love comments. Leave me comments. They don't even have to be, let me know how your Thanksgiving was. I think we talked about that last video. Let's see, Christian left only. Okay, so let's put him on his right foot. This is kind of the only one I've been doing a lot of. Right only, so let's put him on his left. And right only, let's go left. This is really kind of the only one I kind of consistently do. Wow, this team is really one-footed. And I generally only bother with back to the midfield. And we'll just put weaker foot because I've already forgotten which one he was. There we go. All right. One thing you can do if you come back through here, say we're looking at Christian Dahl here. If you want to spend the time, you can look at composure. Bravery, you can see he's only got a bravery of somewhere between 2 and 5. His composure's not very good, and his determination's not very good. So this may be somebody that we can force into a mistake, right? Now, we already do a lot of this, but just out of curiosity, let's go ahead and tightly mark and close down on him, right? Whoops. In fact, let's do everything. Let's tackle him hard too, right? He's their starting guy, and he's got a goal against us before, because I remember making the Dolly comment. Whereas this guy right here, he's got a composure of 10, bravery of 7, and good determination. He's not going to screw up like that. So we don't want to pressure him. Here, poor concentration, composure a little bit better, bravery's decent. Maybe that was Guthmundur here, right, that we were looking at. So maybe we just close down quickly on him, right? And we'll see if we can force him in. I don't normally spend the time to do this, but if you're really, really worried about winning every single game and you want to take every advantage, that is a great way to kind of use some of that information, especially if you do have good enough scouts to be scouting ahead of time, to kind of, figure out, in theory, that's what your assistant, when you click that, is supposed to be doing. How much of that happens, I don't know. I suppose it depends on how good your assistant is. Not much happened in this game so far. They've had a shot that was not on target. We haven't had any shots. We've had a slight advantage in possession there. They're playing a little bit more defensively with essentially 5 guys back. Although they've got 4 on defense and 1 on support. That's nice that we see that. We got that in. Goose heads that one out. Dahl gets that. Mads just boots that one. Well, is that I think that was a foot. I think it was a head to a kick. Goose heads that one out again. He's doing a lot of that this game. Jovic up to Damsgaard, but he's unable to control. Can we get in the middle of this one again? Yes, Mads playing great there in the center. Nice to see. Maverick heads it right back to Magnus. Over to Local. Over to Maverick again. What's he going to do? Maverick is now supposed to be our scorer, but he seems to be playing more supporting role out there. Carey got ahead on that. So we just put it all the way up for Tasic. Now is he going to be able to get a crossover? That's the plan. That's the goal. Oh, yes, it worked. It worked. We're geniuses. We're geniuses. Look at that. That's exactly what we wanted it to do. Tasic is the creator. Maverick is our best finishing player up there. This was the dream initially, but then with Tasic being so unhappy, we just never did it, and we went with the other striker, Valsen, and he kept scoring. So it was hard to pull it out, and with Tasic not being happy, we just ran with it. Although Tasic didn't miss much play, we got him starts, we got him a lot of sub time. He still played pretty much equal. The only difference is Valsen continued to get a lot of time because he continued to score. And this 6.6 is I don't know how the rest of his game is going, but if he gets us some, just nobody there. Sigurdsson's there. We got 2 people back though. One slows him up. Oh, that was gonna be bad. They had 4 people just rush right by. We only had 1 guy back at that point. Our initial guys were great, but then nobody else got back to support. That could have been terrible. We got really lucky there. All right, can we steal another goal here before half? Goose throws it to Tasic. Over to Maverick. Maverick sits, pops. Oh, just wide right. Just a little bit wide. Goalkeeper took away the angle, and he tried to, there's only so much room over there. You hope maybe you get a curl or something maybe. But we will take the 1-0 lead. 5 shots, 3 of them on target. No yellows for us. Slight advantage in possession, but not enough to really mean anything. I say we just keep it up. I did the one that went wrong was I said, you've done good, but, don't get complacent in the second half. And the entire board went red. Everybody went red. We were only up like 1-0. So, yeah, it was pretty bad. Goose, 6.5. And Mads only 6.6. They seem to be playing pretty well, at least in the highlights that we're seeing. They've played well. They've done a good job. So I think the game is kind of hosing them somehow. Not quite giving them credit for the job they're doing. But, those aren't terrible ratings. They're just not great ratings. Essentially, if you don't score a goal, you're kind of happy to get a 6.8. That's kind of as much as you're going to get. Jovic feeds it back. We got 2 guys out there. Oh, that was nice. I like that. It didn't end up working for us, but it's good. Okay, pressuring him. Carey did a great job there. Magnus has it. Is he going to dribble it up? Takes a few dribbles. Passes it up to Maverick, who's waiting there on the outside. Maverick just boots it in. Oh, Sigurdsson's there, but it would have been fun if that had dropped in. If he would have screwed that up somehow. Mads gets a head on it, gets it back up. Maverick wasn't able to quite. Oh, Sigurdsson's coming through again. Oh, we just mug him. He takes too long. Carey gets there, closes him down. Oh, we did everything right there too. Carey's been playing great. Little poke tackle away, but man. Oh well. Carey was great there. Tries to clear it out. Get it back into Jovic. Jovic feeds it into Heaterson. Now we kick it away, but it just rolls right to the feet of Heitherson, and he puts it away. I hate that when you do the great tackle, but it just works as the perfect pass. Like the player couldn't have made that pass if we would have just left him alone. So your tackle ends up doing more harm than good, despite the fact it was a great tackle. That's frustrating. But that's okay. Ingi played well too in that bit. We saw him hold and play up, but we're just not getting much done. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put Valsen in for there. Do I have anybody else that I really... There we go, 7-1 for Carey. That's great. Ingi, I think we leave him in. 6-3 is not great. But we already know that we don't really have anybody that we think is going to be spectacularly better. So for now, I think we save our subs. We just go in. We'll try to make kind of an impact sub here. We'll throw Valsen in, maybe his extra energy. None of them are any faster than the other. They're all like 9, 10, 11 for acceleration and speed. You know, one of them slightly more, you know, one higher acceleration, the other's one higher speed, you know. But they're all right in the ballpark. So it's not like we have a speed burner they can just take off. Although maybe we should check our youths. Check the youths. See if they've got anything going on. We are getting a little bit tired here on the side, so let's go ahead and maybe do a sub. Jonas has not been as good as I'd like, but he hasn't played badly. He just isn't really creating anything, and I don't know if it's just playing him out of position, trying to get the training up or not. Now, I do like this notice. I thought in the past that we could just see one formation, and I don't know if it's this mod, but this gives us both formations in one screen, and not only does it give us where the dots are, but it also tells us what their mentality is. So we have a support, stopper, cover, defense, right? And we can look over here and see how they're doing too. So they've got just the one attacker, right? And they've got 5 people on defense. So they're not really pushing too hard. So hopefully that means maybe we do push hard. Maybe that's what that means. Let's give that a try. I haven't really played with mentalities much with this team because I just didn't think we were good enough for it to really be an issue. But, you know, we got a couple minutes left. We throw Valsen in. Clearly the other game is going back and forth. We're back up in the second position with our draw here. Nothing happening. We seem to be controlling it. Can we steal one here with time running out on the clock? No. Nope, we can't. So we take the 1-1 draw. Clearly, if you just look at positions here, this is a team we should have beat. But, you know, we were expected to be down here. And that's where the preseason put us. So, and I think they were supposed to be about here. So we'll take it. We're still in second place at the end of the day because Starnan must have lost. Yeah, they dropped it. They dropped a game. So, in fact, can we look over here? 3-1. Oh my. Oh well, they ran into the beast that is Vesmanya IBV. So they're like a wood chipper right now. You just stick a hand in and it's gone. So that's fine. Okay, good enough. We've got Sindri next, and they lost. So in theory, we should be able to continue to pile on their misery. I'd say we're unlucky tonight. I don't really believe it. But you know what? We have some good performances here. You know, there's a 7-9 here. You know, and we don't have any real bad performances. We just didn't make the magic happen that time. What were chances? I didn't look. Let's go back to field where we can see that real easily. Yeah, I think we were unlucky. We had 2 clear cut and 2 half chances, and we only got 1 goal. And we gave up no chances. So our shooting percentage was okay with 5 on target out of 9, so we're 50% shooting percentage. Our possession was 55%. Tackles were a little bit weak. They got us on tackles today. Average rating was just dead nuts even. So yeah, I think that probably... I think we were unlucky. We created the chances that we wanted. We were just unable to take advantage of them tonight. They do play fairly defensive, and maybe that falls into it. Give up 1 unlucky goal. It wasn't a chance. Shit happens. But we're still in second place, and so I think we just kind of shrug our shoulders and move on. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, thumbs up. If you hate it, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more. I don't think I can go through that spiel any faster, but I would love to see your comments, and we will talk to you later. Cheers.